That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
No tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
Fairly learned here.
Welcome to MOTN Random Select. This is Masters of the Nerdiverse presents Random Select, where we choose 8 items from pop culture and make them fight each other until only one survives this hellish ordeal. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G, and back with us, as always, is the hoster with the moster, Winter Trash Monk III.
What's up, everybody? Beautiful coughing season.
Give us a good old I. I haven't heard one in a while.
This is Trash Monk, the third Trash Monk, Trash Monk, I.
Yeah. That's all I ever wanted.
Coming to you live from the Trash Bunker.
Yeah, man. Put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby. Spice it up.
Mm-hmm. Uptown, spice it up.
Real quick, Winter, collard greens or mustard greens? Go.
Collard greens, by far.
All day, every day. If you like mustard greens, you're weird.
I don't think I've ever had mustard greens.
No, there's a hidden sect of people who like mustard greens. I don't shake your hand. I don't make eye contact. Brian.
Yo, you got it wrong, bro. Mustard greens are the bomb.
Oh, gee.
Collard greens, and then you get in some kale, and then you get in some...
Oh, my gosh.
And then you grab yourself some hocks, and you all throw that in a pot, and you let that go. Throw in a touch of olive oil, a whole lot of butter. Just let it go all day. Let it go.
Just let it go. Just let it go.
And then at about 6, after you done had a couple of cocktails, you walk up again, you grab yourself a bowl, you yourself a spoon, and then you go ahead and you just put a scoop in and a scoop in, and then you grab a piece of bread and you
grab a piece.
There,
yeah.
Yourself a nice dinner.
Then you had to smoke a cigarette and talk about the rest of your day.
Hey, bro, love me some greens, man. Especially ham hocks. You'll put it. Look, I am not green prejudice.
I ain't mad at you, dog.
Let's boil it up.
Let's boil it up. Throw it in the pot. Throw some hocks in there, bro. Put a little Louisiana hot sauce on it. Maybe
enough
some
hocks and butter. Anything tastes good, bro.
Well, that's just life, dude.
Right.
You know, you throw butter at any problem, it just solves itself. That's why
Seriously.
in The Witch, or which we call it the Vavitch, what the devil offers Thomason is butter, because everybody knows butter is the best.
Hey, man. Can't believe it's not butter.
Speaking of buttery, we have 2 buttery comedies that we're talking about this week.
You're going to talk about shame sticks for a minute.
Wait, further elaborate. Wait, hold the phone. What are you talking about?
Shame sticks are where you put, you have like a corn dog stick and you put a stick of butter on it and then you put in cinnamon sugar.
That's not a shame stick. That's just called a deep fried stick of butter. We eat them.
I saw it According to Jim. They called it shame sticks on According to Jim.
Yeah, no, that's a real thing, and there is no shame.
There's no shame in that game, buddy.
You generally don't feel very well, but whatever, you know.
In the moment,
have you had it?
Yeah.
I have seen it. Yeah. I will not eat it. I am concerned about death by heart attack.
Yeah, man.
You know.
LA County Fair. The LA County Fair get you a stick of deep fried Kool-Aid and a stick of deep fried butter, dog.
Oh man,
you just die, dog.
That sounds good.
You eat it and you just die, dog. You're resurrected in the moment.
It's great.
You have a newfound appreciation for life. You only can eat it like once a generation, so pick your day. You know.
I mean, I ate a deep fried Twinkie like 12 years ago, and I'm still good.
See, you're still digesting it. It's like bubble gum.
I'm still good.
You eat a deep fried
tasty,
Twinkie,
though.
it sticks to your ribs for like 60 years, dog.
It was a deep fried Twinkie, and then they put a ton of powdered sugar on top of it. It's ridiculous.
Oh, man. Mm-hmm. Speaking of things that are ridiculous, let's talk about these 2 movies that we're going to be reviewing today in round 3. What do you mean, whatever?
Whatever.
I'm trying to find good segues, bro.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm making it work. I'm working here, dog.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't roll and pay for it. Dog.
Yeah, and you were telling me, Mike, that you really liked one of the actresses in this film, right?
I'll let the Nerdiverse guess which one.
Yeah, it's Stacey Dash.
Oh, great! Thank you, thank you. Sure.
You know,
you really like some of her most recent work.
We always find a way to get into MOTN politics. God, as I was just looking at IMDb, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that was Stacey Dash," and I'm like, "Is that the Stacey Dash I'm thinking of?" And oh yeah, it is.
Hey, I mean, we all had our crushes when this came out, Doug.
Hey, man.
But mine was Brittany Murphy, but we'll talk about that more when we talk about Clueless from 1995. This is going to be going up against Harold Ramis's own Groundhog Day from 1993.
Random, select, knife fight. I'm in.
Knife fight, beat it, hands tied to each other. One of them's getting stabbed tonight. But which
Absolutely.
one is it? Gonna get
West
stabbed?
Side Story style.
Straight. Are you a shark or a jet? I need to know right now.
Oh, dude, don't do this to me because I'm gonna break out the song. You've seen it happen before. Just let's not do that.
You know what? That's a whole nother random select we'll do.
Yes,
later.
it is, dude. Anyway, go on.
I'm a jet, first of all. So we're going to talk about these two movies.
You're a jet, you're a jet
all the way from your first cigarette to your last dying day. All right, that's all we can do. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all we can do.
So all three main actresses from this film have something crazy going on in real life. So I'll every time we'll mention an actress's name, or like I'll try to splice it in. I'll try to add some TMZ stuff.
Yes, man. We got it, dude. So with Clueless, with Groundhog Day, let's start with Clueless, 1995, directed by Amy Heckerman, and the IMDb reads: a rich high school student tries to boost a new pupil's popularity, but reckons without affairs of the heart getting in the way. Clueless, man.
Clueless, classic, 90s, 95.
95 classic. Alicia Silverstone at her peak, would you say?
Nah, Batman.
Batman was her fall.
No, it wasn't her fall. Her fall was when she I'm saving it.
I mean, we're talking about the actress, man. I mean,
yeah,
she's our star of our movie.
Her fall was when apparently she was feeding her baby like a bird would feed her baby.
What's wrong with that?
Chewing up the food in her mouth and then like, here you go, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
I would do that.
What it was. I mean, I'm sure people do it. That is
yes. I'm sure there are people that do it.
No, as I'm looking at our IMDb, have we checked out any of this Masters of the Universe Revelation, where she's going to be a voice actress? Apparently.
Dude, don't get me started on Masters of the Universe Revelations, because that talent list is insane, dude. Have you read who's all in it?
I'm looking at it now, and
Mark
you are
Hamill?
absolutely right, dude. You're like, when is this coming out? What?
Directed by Kevin Smith. It's going to be stupid, dude.
Kevin Conroy, bro? Like, yeah.
Batman?
I'm in.
Man. Anywho, Alicia Silverstone, this is her movie. They gave her her own movie. Even though, what was she in before this? What was it? Babysitter.
Or The Crush,
The Crush with Carrie Ells.
Yes.
And she murdered that. She literally murdered that movie, dude. Like,
that movie's still creepy.
Man, dude. What it's kind of had, signs of Lolita. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Old school Lolita. But this film...
thank you for lending me your copy.
Well, this is what Brothers of the Nerdiverse do, Doug. You can have it, Doug. That one's free. I got 3 more copies in the back. This movie kind of reminded me of those old 50s commercials where it was like too perfect. You know what I mean? Those perfect 50s, like, 1.5 kids and the housewife with the perfect white picket fence, that scene from Little Shop of Horrors, Somewhere That's Green.
Yeah.
With the perfect TV dinner. Like, this is the 90s version of that. Like, Valley perfection.
This was the 90s. Like, being I was, 15, 16? Like, this was it. You know what I mean? I wanted to come out to Los Angeles anyway. I wanted to be in Beverly Hills. It was like, oh, yeah, no, that's the place to go. I'm glad it came out. It's definitely not the 90s anymore, but we'll get to that later. Moving on.
Yeah, man. I mean, this movie shaped so many things. It shaped fashion. It shaped kind of awareness. It was just super groundbreaking for its time without even trying. Because I don't even know if this movie's very tongue in cheek in a weird way, and it's smarter than it appears to be. You know what I mean? It has a lot to say, but it's covered in this glossy, Spencer's lip gloss that they put over this entire movie. About this kid's. I almost compare it to American Psycho, this movie, in a weird way.
I mean,
because Cher's Cher, I think that was her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cher has zero catharsis in this movie. She learns no lesson, really. For all the mistakes she made and the chaos she caused, she really didn't learn anything. Like, everything just worked out for her.
Because the millennium is around the corner. We're all going to die.
And it kind of speaks to the time. Like, 90s, there wasn't a lot. It was very, very 90s, man. It was very materialistic. It was something else. And Clueless, it brought back a lot of memories for me.
Yeah.
And I understand what you're saying when you talk about this movie, and the cast list in this movie is just absolutely friggin' insane.
It's just, this cast is going to run Hollywood for the next 10 years.
Insane. Cast list. Like, people just kept popping up, and I'm like, oh, I like him. Oh, I like her.
Was it Faison Glover?
Faison Glover, yes. Faison. Breckenmeyer. There you go.
Paul Rudd.
Wallace Shawn, man, from frickin' Princess Bride.
Dude. Inconceivable.
Dude, you're just like, oh, this is so good. So,
not to mention the incomparable Brittany Murphy, who just steals every scene she's in. God bless her. God bless her soul, man.
Dude,
Rip.
Rest in peace.
Dude, this movie just makes me miss her so much because she was such a delight. And,
she would have given us some great stuff.
Yep.
She would have given us some great entertainment. So that's a conversation for a different day. But what are your thoughts about this movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I was not even a teenager when this movie came out. Yeah, I was 2 years old. So I remember possibly my sister having a VHS tape. Like, I remember not just like a regular VHS cover, but maybe like a plastic one that had like maybe some yellow to it.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. I have a couple of those right now.
Yeah, and I was like, this isn't a movie for me.
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch. What was the movie that I wanted to watch?
Excalibur.
No. I was like, I want to watch James Bond. There you go. That's what I was.
I want to watch GoldenEye.
Yeah. While in every sex scene in James Bond, my dad would tell me they're just looking for clues. But
wow, that's what I'm gonna start calling it. Hey, you guys are looking for clues, dude?
Yeah,
that's fun.
You find any?
Yeah. But for this one, I was not looking for clues. I was clueless. It doesn't have too much of a nostalgia factor for me, except for some of the actors and actresses.
How many times have you seen this movie?
Yeah,
probably once. One full time.
So
and
this was your second full viewing, or
no? This is my first full viewing.
All right.
Yeah, all the other times it was just like clips. I remember in the film, like she wears like a yellow suit or whatever, and I'm like, I remember seeing this somewhere. It was probably because some girl tried to mimic it, but
yeah. The fashion from this movie, like I was saying, shaped a full generation. And not to mention, this movie has a pretty kicking soundtrack. I've been noticing a lot of our movies have really good soundtracks. This has a very good 90s mix of pop and grunge that I was really jiving with. I was really vibing with. You know what I mean? And, you know, but the question is, was it funny? Did this make you laugh, Winter?
I think it's one of those things that it made me laugh, not for the jokes it was landing. It was more of like, look at this like relic.
Wow.
You know, like the way I laugh at old Disney cartoons.
Like Song of the South? Like how many copies?
That's not a cartoon.
You have that at the house?
No, I'm talking about like Three Little Pigs. And like they have to go, warning, there's some racist parts here. And I go, what? And then it's like so obscurely racist that I don't know if I should be saying
like your six copies of Song of the South.
Okay.
No, Winter, keep talking.
Keep talking, Winter. We'll just let you ISO all the way through.
It was oh no, the turntables have turned.
The table hath turned, Human.
Yeah. So the part that I thought was interesting was like I just like looked up Clueless, and so it was like it's loosely based on Jane Austen's 1850 novel Emma.
I can see that.
And I'm like, I'm sure Jane Austen loves that this is connected to her novel from 18. Well, she's dead, but
I would hope so.
Okay.
I hope there's not some undead Jane Austen like writing books in someone's basement right now.
No, but that to me, that's the part of the humor that I get. Like, this is a movie that is supposed to be loosely based on a very historical novel, so that all the teachers in the world can, on the day after, when they have a hangover from last night's drinking, they can go, we're all going to watch a movie in English literature, and it's going to be Clueless.
That's what you put on for the class. It's like movies like Clueless and
because
Operation
it's based
Double
off
Drop.
of Jane Austen's novel.
Oh, Jesus. Dude, what do you think about, does this story have a plot?
This story has a plot that I am not fully sure why or how it became popular, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So we have a college-age dude and stepbrother, pretty much essentially, I'm just going to call it what it is, dating his 16-year-old stepsister. I mean... Mm-hmm. As I was watching this, I'm thinking to myself, and remember, I'm like a sophomore, like this is my time. And I'm like, I don't think we could make this movie today. Like,
they will bump him down there, bump her up. It's just pretty much what it would be. She would be like a senior in high school. He'll be like a freshman in college or something like that.
But like, this is what I'm saying. You can't make this movie today.
Because she constantly reminds us that she's 16 years old.
And when you talk about does it have a plot, yeah, it has a plot and subject matter, and I'm not sure that I'm like 2020. Wow, like I didn't think I would watch it and see such a drastic tone after living it. You know what I mean?
You're looking at it through different eyes, Doug. Like when we were kids, we were watching it. It was the coolest thing ever. You know what I mean? It was like, it was cool, and it was bleeding edge, and you wanted to be them, and it was just like, I want to live that life. You know what I mean? I want to be in LA and be all sunny and be this perfect life. And then as adults, we're like, that part's wrong. That part's wrong. They shouldn't be drinking.
So you're saying Beverly Hills isn't like this?
No, it's exactly like this. We're just saying it'll be hard to get made.
Okay.
I mean,
as far as it, go on, the winner.
I've never been to Beverly Hills. I've just seen Beverly Hillbillies, Beverly Hills Cop.
Yep.
Well, I've walked up and down Rodeo Drive many a time because I live around the corner, and it's pretty materialistic, man. It's very shiny and it's very clean and it's very pretty. You know what I mean? It has a the sunshine tax of Los Angeles. You go to Beverly Hills and there's like Mr. Clean on it. No puns intended.
Oh, wow. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're plugged in. To Is It Funny? Here's the thing.
Is it funny?
The first 40 minutes, rough.
Mm-hmm.
Last 30 minutes, rough. But there are 20 to 30 minutes that are just pure the gold in here. And it's like straight. And you know, I was really locked out in the beginning, really like, why am I, oh my God, really? And when we hit that magic moment, I was like, oh, this is actually good and the timing's good. So, you know, I laughed twice.
I hear it. Like, even I was wearing the nostalgia goggles, and the lines that hit me, you know, like rolling with the homies, like little moments like
Damn
that.
It, I was gonna do that. Thank you. I'm glad you did it.
You know what I'm saying? So you giggle, and you like, and you can't help but light up when you see like Brittany Murphy, or you see like Paul Rudd like stealing his scenes, and Rip, and you know Stacey Dash being so talented.
Rip.
You were evil, my good man. Yeah, but without nostalgia glasses, is it funny? Like you said, there's bits of comedy gold that is sporadically mixed into this movie, you know, and it's like you eating a bunch of fiddle faddle, and all the peanuts have dropped to the bottom of the bag, so you're constantly scooping, trying to get peanuts. You only find like one or two throughout the entire bag until it's over. It's kind of like that. The yucks are like buried at the bottom of this movie.
Yeah,
but
I forgot to mention the Stacey Dash bit trivia that I have.
Okay.
Her most recent film that she will be a part of is a non-controversial film. It's has a budget of $6.8 million, and it's titled Roe v. Wade. And I don't need to explain.
So you're talking about the next MOTN reviews, pretty much, right?
Well, John Voight's in it.
Yeah.
Robert Davi.
Yeah. I'm with it.
Okay, it's not landing. Okay, next.
Hey man, you just keep talking. I'm just here to listen.
We're all conscientious observers, Doug.
Uh-huh.
And with that, let's go ahead and do our MOTN Masterpiece Theater. You guys ready?
Yes.
Oh, you ready?
Just to let the audience know that one second, that who's playing what characters. Mel will be played by the incomparable Brian.
Incomparable.
Yes. And I'll be by the tramp and thief himself. Cher will be played by Winter. He said it, folks. Okay, we're ready.
Cher, get in here.
Yes, Daddy?
Could you tell me what the hell this is?
A second notice for 3 outstanding tickets. I don't remember getting a first notice.
The ticket is the first notice. I didn't even know you could get a license or tickets without a license.
Oh, sure you can. You get tickets anytime.
Oh, is that so?
Insane.
Scene. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Clueless, American staple, beloved by many, and it helped mold a generation.
Just not
I
me.
am very curious how many Clueless. So for the MOTN, family, go ahead and put in the comments if Clueless is like Die Hard. Like I'm just curious how many Die Hard Clueless people are.
You would be surprised, man.
Is there a Clueless convention?
I don't know. There's ClueCon maybe somewhere where everybody dresses like ClueCon.
Dude, there's got to be a ClueCon, and I want to play Clue at that con. I don't want to see Clueless, but I want to play Clue at the ClueCon.
Dude, you show up and you're dressed in your best Cher cosplay with your friend who's Dion, and you guys walk into the ClueCon, and it's all just people with bed knobs and broomsticks and candle wicks. And you're like, I think we're at the wrong place.
That got dark real quick.
Yeah, you got on you're on the wrong block, motherfucker.
All right, there we go.
Then they get kicked out. That's all that happens. Then like all great cosplayers, you go to Denny's at 1:00 in the morning in full outfit. You order your Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity and hope nobody takes a picture of you.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I haven't dropped the F-bomb in a while. That felt good. It felt crispy. All right.
I'm so numb to it now.
Oh, Pshaw.
Pshaw.
Yeah,
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption. You know, like I'm as dirty as some of our other co-hosts.
No, don't summon them. Please don't summon.
This is a means to summon us. We're talking about Groundhog's Day, 1993.
Ding.
Director Harold Ramis, and the IMDb says a weatherman finds himself inexplicably living the same day over and over again. I haven't seen this movie in a really long time. Not from tip to tail. Like I've seen like bits and pieces. The Super Bowl commercial from a couple of years ago. Them redoing it, but it's been a while since I watched it from head to toe, and this is kind of a hell of a movie, isn't it?
I had not. I'm in agreement with you. We got to the end, and I was like, "Oh man, I haven't seen the end of this in forever." So I will agree with you. It is a Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, Andy McDowell. Who, God, where is Andy McDowell?
I don't know, man. I want to know.
Look,
she was so freaking epic. Where is Andy McDowell?
She's at the.
Andy McDowell in a movie once this is all over.
Her and Rick Moranis are just chilling at the house, just with their money, dog.
Seriously. So, not to mention Chris Elliott, another freaking classic.
Chris Elliott, dude.
Oh, God. Stage actor. Just a fantastic guy.
I low-key love Chris Elliott because of Cabin Boy, which is a movie I would love to review on this channel one day. You ever seen Cabin Boy?
I don't think I've seen Cabin Boy.
Where he plays a sea. He's a fancy lad who ends up becoming like a sea pirate, and it's all fantastical and weird.
Mm-hmm.
I like Chris Elliott, but I don't like your enthusiasm for what this movie is.
Oh yeah,
I'm a little concerned.
I'm gonna say.
Okay, we're gonna watch us some Cabin Boy because these pipes are clean.
By the way, what Andy McDowell's been doing? 2015 Magic Mike.
She was a Magic Mike.
Didn't see it.
Yeah.
Where? What part?
Of course, Mike's the one that's seen it. Anyway.
Well, I see everything, Doug.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know a lot about films. You're a film critic.
I am.
Yeah.
I get paid for it and everything.
Like a regular.
Roger Ebert.
Yeah.
He was a horrible, cantankerous human being in real life, but
it still stands.
It's still good. It's still good.
Yeah. No Man's Land. Ready or Not. The Last Laugh.
Yeah, I'm scrolling, man. I have not seen McDowell in no, I didn't see that new Footloose movie. God, why did they remake Footloose?
Because it's money, my man. If you speak too loud, they'll remake this.
The foot still loose.
Yeah, let's just say it's been like a decade since I've seen Andy McDowell. But yeah, she's fantastic in this flick. So,
dude, this movie is way more deeper. It's super deep, on like a trillion levels. It's so thoughtful. Like you could tell someone really took this script, this screenplay, and really just drilled it down. Because this movie is a gradient. It's not in bricks. It's a true gradient of Bill Murray's characters kind of, fall. Then he went through like the what is it? The 9 stages of acceptance, dude.
Yeah, he did go up and down, up and down, up and down. So,
and I remember I was reading something like someone actually did a calculation of how long that he had been in this purgatory, because pretty much the movie's about he's an anchorman who goes to Punxsutawney. What's the state? Is it Philadelphia? Pennsylvania. Thank you. And it's Groundhog's Day, and he has to cover this small little town's celebration of Groundhog's Day, which, if they pull out the groundhog and if it sees a shadow, what is it? 6 more weeks of winter or something like that?
Yep, 6 more weeks
of winter. Yeah. And
you guys in California don't know what that means, but me and Johnson, I absolutely know what that means, and it's absolutely kind of a big deal. And when you're like, there's going to be 6 more weeks of like -20, that's fantastic.
That's why everybody groaned when it was like, 6 more weeks of winter. The entire town went, oh, crap.
Yes, pretty much.
Have fun with that.
Like 4 months, so.
And when this movie starts, Bill Murray's character, he's the most egotistical, self-centered, selfish, narcissistic human being. And it's Bill Murray hamming it up, just really like going for broke. Because this is one of the, like Beverly Hills Cop, this is really a Bill Murray vehicle. And it's kind of like, okay, Bill Murray, just Bill Murray it up. And we'll improv off of you,
Absolutely.
How would you describe Bill Murraying it up, though?
Okay, the Bill Murraying it up scene is the scene where they're trying to exit Punxsutawney, but the blizzard set in and the cop is talking to him and he's shaking and he's like cold and he's like, oh, it's a little cold. I do a horrible Bill Murray. I'm not going to do it.
But keep going.
But that's the scene where he Bill Murrays it up. He's like, tuna.
I'll also say if you look at old school Bill Murray, like 70s, like Stripes, things of that nature, his entire delivery is Bill Murraying it up.
Yep.
And much like Eddie Murphy, when Eddie Murphy does his thing, when you say they built this for him, yes, they said this specifically, we're going to make a comedy movie. Hey, Bill, we're going to get you some great improv actors and some pros, and they're going to go off.
Yep.
And you just do your thing. And that's what he did. And I was thinking to myself, how hard, look, I have acted. I am not an actor. I have said the same thing over and over for 20 times. It is really, really hard to do 20 times. And I'm just thinking to myself, no, some of this was just, one take, and you guys are let's get this done.
Yeah, man. It's not like, we're making The Shining and we're having poor Shelley Duvall do the bat scene 175 times or something.
Absolutely not. No. Well, it's like we're going to keep trying until the chemistry's right, and then
we move on,
Right.
Speaking of chemistry, the way that this movie is shot, and like you said, it's kind of nutty, kind of like how they have to redo takes, but you could tell that it's just they're saying the line perfectly every single time. You know what I mean? Like the scene where he's figuring out Andy McDowell's favorite drink. She delivers that line perfectly on same pitch every single different time Bill Murray's trying to get the information from her, which is about 3 or 4 takes. I'm like, how long did that take to do to get that pitch perfect every single time? That's insane.
A minute. It took a couple of scenes. It took more than 4.
Dude, it's insane, dude.
So, Bill Murray, and as I was watching this, I was almost thinking that, this is almost unfair. We have Harold Ramis and Bill Murray, and at least 2. I don't really remember the other 4 films that are left to watch, but it's like you were talking about classical genius. Literally, genius.
It's tough. It's
indeed.
These are the Eastern and Western Conference leaders, dude. Let's talk about the lore of this movie, the causality loop that he finds himself in.
Let's hear it.
Where it's 6 a.m. every day, the same things happen every day. Exteriorly, like he can affect and change things within that day, but once that 24 hours hits and at 6 o'clock, the clock resets. So he uses this as almost like a time flip where he's amassing the knowledge of the universe, kind of, in a weird way. Like, at first, he's shocked by it and really disturbed by it. Then he grows to love it, and he's basking in it, and he's abusing it selfishly. And then he hits a wall when the woman he loves, or at least is infatuated with, sees through his BS in every reality that he creates. So then he becomes suicidal. You know what I mean? and he's constantly finding these interesting ways to kill himself. And then he realizes that's not the answer. And then he just becomes almost zen in a weird way. Like he becomes at peace with it to a level where his mind expands and he just starts learning crazy things like French. Learns how he reads every book in the library, which is how long would that take? He learns how to play piano. He's doing ice sculptures. Like, how many years do you think he was in there?
Yeah, well, that's a whole. That's an interesting thing because I remember as a kid not getting that there was a long period of time that he was in there. Somehow I blanked that out. So when I watched it again, I'm like, oh wow.
Think about it, like even to read every book in the libraries, every single book in a giant 2-3-story library. That's that's at least 100 years, right?
It depends if he's speed reading.
if you're speed reading, but I mean, like, that's like he had to have been there to the point of insanity, right? But then he mellows out.
But it's Bill Murray.
So he's cool. The people he runs into.
There is a lot to do in the time that he was there. You know what I mean? Because I was going to ask you if this happened to you guys, what would you do?
I would lose mad weight. You can't. What? No, you can't do that.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I've thought about committing crimes.
That's great. Like, that's something. Because I was thinking, I'd do the exact same. I'd probably go on the exact same roller coaster ride this dude went on. And finally, I'd be like, oh, no, I'm just going to, like, learn to do a bunch of different shit since I'm in this world. And there's a bunch of people to know. So when you talk about, like, this movie having deeper themes and things of that nature, it's to think about one day in your life and the amount of things that are going on around you that you aren't even aware of. And there's people standing 20 feet from you and you have no idea what's going on.
They could have the Rona.
That's cool. They probably did have the Rona.
I guess it is 2020.
But that's the thing. Like, you start noticing, like, Bill Murray starts to become omnipotent because because, like you said, he has so much time to talk to all these people and know exactly what's going on with the world around him. That he just, oh yeah, this person is having an affair with their husband. This person doesn't like cheese on their eggs. This person went to school at Yale. Like, he's just absorbing all this information through these decades of being stuck in this loop that he becomes one with the town. He pretty much becomes like, cause he can't go anywhere, right? It's not like you have one day to live your life. I'm going to see the world, right? I'm going to take a day cruise. I'm going to hang glide. Like, no, you're not doing any of that. You're stuck in Barstow, California. You can't go anywhere. You're locked in.
Dude, every day?
Every day.
Rough. That's going to be rough for
like
a minute.
10,000 years, dude.
I'm going to be like, what?
You're going to start shaking a little bit. And at a point, you're just going to atrophy where you just don't move, right? Like, you're going to, it's that thing where you're immortal and they bury you in the ocean. Like, yeah, you're just stuck, dude.
Winner.
Was it funny?
Was it funny?
Yes. Well, it's hard for me not to laugh at a Bill Murray movie. Because I really enjoy Bill Murray's comedy. I enjoy his whole ethos, the whole zeitgeist of Bill Murray. And
Zeitgeist.
Yeah. No, I just like how I slipped that in. I slipped that in last week's episode too.
Never stop slipping it in, Winner.
No,
never stop.
I've taken a year of literary criticism. Not gonna hurt you. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's not the go-to Bill Murray movie because I kind of think Bill Murray works best in the peripherals of the movies that he's in. Like, if there's like a group cast,
Caddyshack,
like Ghostbusters or Caddyshack, the scene from Little Shop of Horrors.
I'll be your dentist.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, doctor.
Bill Murray best plays well with others. You know what I mean? Like, even though there are some movies where he just stands out.
Even Zombieland.
Yeah.
Osmosis Jones.
Osmosis Jones, Doug.
Yeah.
What about Bob, Doug? You want to talk about What About Bob?
I haven't seen that yet. But anyways,
Hey, Tor, Doug. Anyways, was it funny, Brian?
Of course it was funny. Was I laughing the entire way through? Absolutely not. I think that they were both romantic comedies, which if there is anything that I hate a little worse than laughing, it's going to be love mixed with my laughing.
I love.
Like, for the love of God, just put me out of my misery. But
I bring you love.
I did laugh probably about 6 times throughout the whole thing, and it is a very well put together movie.
One of these movies are going to make you break that tenor, dude. One of these movies. I don't know which one it is going to be. One of these movies are going to make you break that tenor, bro.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, the dude doesn't like to laugh. What are you going to do?
No,
but,
man.
This movie did provide some laughs, if nothing more than just the pure misery of going through the exact same day over and over and over again, which I think there are many people who are going to listen to this podcast and be able to go, I kind of relate to this movie.
Yeah, it's a movie about...
There's something going on here.
It's really a movie about aggressive personal growth. Like, it's about,
I like that. APG.
APG, dog.
Yeah, well,
APG,
I'll leave that to a different conversation.
You're an asshole, and the universe is telling you need to change, and we're going to throw you in literal purgatory until you figure it out. And however long it takes you to figure it out is however long we're going to give you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I think that's what we're doing. Isn't it? Isn't that what we're all doing? I always hate to bring it back down to earth, but folks, this is why I don't like to laugh that much. Look, we are all waking up at 6 a.m. every morning doing the exact same thing. The only thing that breaks us out of that little box is if we start looking around the corners. We start interacting.
Every day is exactly the same.
You're forcing me now to look up an actor's name that's actually in Groundhog Day, who is known for, he's an actor, but then he also is like a motivational speaker. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Tony Robbins?
I'm about to say, even if I get hate for this, I am the Anthony Robbins fan that you're going to find. So if you hear that out of my voice, it's just kind of what I carry.
Yeah, Ned from Groundhog Day.
Ned Brierson, bing!
I didn't know he was motivational speaker.
Stephen Tobolowsky. Yeah, he had like a podcast for a bit, I believe.
Podcast brethren.
Yeah, a Big Problems and Advice podcast. And then he has authored 3 books.
Doing the work, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, more power to him. Dude.
Did you laugh, Mike?
I laughed. Like you said, I wasn't crying and my side wasn't hurting. It wasn't the type of laughter that makes you makes you think you're about to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think we have any movies in this random select that will take me there, where it's like, I can't breathe, But
dude, I don't know. Ghostbusters gave me 1 or 2, and I've been thinking about the Stay Puft Marshmallow ever since we saw it.
Mr. Stay Puft, dog. But I don't.
Anyway, go on.
But yeah, like you said, it's just Bill Murray. How is it not funny? Bill Murray is just captivating in every scene. He's just that amount of wacky and slapstick, but he's also just as dry as a desert bone, So yes. He's a very good, sweet, savory kind of comedian. And was it extremely funny? No, but it was really funny. I wasn't never entertained by his antics, So yeah, it was funny. It just wasn't like break down the door funny. It was dry.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, even though I'm not a big romantic movie, comedy, book, personal life type of guy, if you're going to have a date night, this is a good date night movie.
Yeah, 100%.
I show eyes wide shut.
That's because you're a weirdo, my man.
Don't do that. That's a terrible movie. Okay. At any rate, moving on.
Moving on.
Either way, Mike shows The Pianist. It's all right.
No,
that's a great movie,
dude. You don't know who you're talking to. I show Human Centipede.
That's the keeper right there.
If your girl chills through Human Centipede, or your significant other chills through Human Centipede, you gotta keep her.
I had a mental image of Randy Quaid.
If you don't know, don't look. I'm telling you.
Don't even look up what I'm talking about.
Don't.
Well, you gotta watch the sequels.
If you find yourself saying, "Hey, what's Human Centipede?" then I've done a disservice to you. Either you know or you don't know. Oh God, this is why I do a podcast, so I can spread this love in knowledge, this unbridled knowledge. Let's do a MOTN masterpiece, shall we?
Yes. Oh, excellent.
So the actors are Phil will be played by none other than Brian, and I will be playing Rita and Ned.
Perfect. And just to make sure, we're going to be cutting to Phil and Rita walking down the sidewalk.
Yeah, this is after it's kind of revealed that Phil seems to know what's about to happen, and life finds a way.
Finds a way.
After I got over the shock, it was kind of fun for the first year or two. I had anything I wanted, except you, of course.
Phil abruptly pulls Rita aside. A big pile of snow slides off the roof and onto the sidewalk where they would have walked. Phil doesn't even look up. Rita looks as if she's seeing a miracle.
How did this start?
I don't know. I just woke up. Just like always.
Hey, Phil! Phil Connors!
Rita, this is Ned Ryerson. He's an asshole.
He remembers me!
Phil and Rita keep walking. Rita looks back at Ned, perplexed.
Trust me on that one.
Insane.
Scene. Very smooth. Smooth like butter on toast.
Excellent. Knife fight. Ding, ding. Bloody.
Man. Bloody roar.
Sharks versus the Jets.
Don't get us started on West Side Connection.
Dude, if you want to do a West Side Story MOTN reviews, I'm freaking all in over that. That is probably my favorite whatever.
Dude.
And it's great. When they said the great Steven Spielberg is remaking, I went, oh, God, no.
If only if you're okay with doing it for my father, because my father would kill me if I did a West Side Story.
Hey, man, I'm in. Anyway,
yeah.
Knife fight.
Who's going to win this? Who's going to win this? Let's start with Brian. Who you got in this fight? You got Groundhog's Day by Harold Ramis, or you got Clueless?
I am going to take Groundhog's Day. But I will say that both these movies were made really close to each other, and they are very similar in, pace, comedic tone, other. So, I think if you're looking for a comedy on a Saturday afternoon, you won't go wrong either way. But for this, Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, Groundhog Day, knife fight.
Winner. Who's drawing first and only blood for you? Is it going to be Clueless or Groundhog Day?
Oh, Groundhog Day by far.
Far.
Because Clueless, again, it's like I don't have the nostalgia factor happening with Clueless, and it is like a movie that I would suspect people would pop in and go, this is like a something from my childhood that I enjoy, and just like look at the clothing, look at this, look at that, but they're not. It didn't make me laugh.
As I said, there's 20 minutes of gold in that film that like it's gold. It's not nostalgia. It's good timing. It's, I guess, when people look at what's the freaking all right with Harrison Ford. What's the movie?
Dazed and Confused?
Thank you. When some people look at Dazed and Confused, yeah, everybody gets what it's about, but it doesn't necessarily hit unless you were a person of that time. Clueless isn't necessarily nostalgia, but those jokes hit if you were from that time. And that's where I say it's 20 minutes of gold.
Yes. Clueless. Clueless isn't timeless. It's very stuck in its time, right? Clueless is very stuck in its time. It's very 90s. It's very chic. It's very innovative, but it's like the movie likes, the word the movie likes to use is very sporadic. Its aim is very sporadic. It's either hit or it's miss. And there's really no gray area to Clueless. Even though my nostalgia goggles love it. Like, you know, I hold this movie dear. Just in comparison to, let's say, Groundhog Day, which is timeless, which is because of the way it's shot. It's almost like a fairy tale, right? You know, there's nothing really standing out outside of like the 90s tech that you can kind of see. But for the most part, it doesn't really set itself for any particular time. The town they're in is something like out of a children's book. You know what I mean? Everyone's dressed very business casual. There aren't any young pucks running around in 90s gear listening to, you know, Sonic Youth or anything. You know, it's a movie that you can pretty much show anyone. Like when it was like a good, you know, date movie, even now, would be Groundhog Day. It would be something you can laugh at, you can have a good time. With that being said, I'm sorry, Clueless, it's gonna go to Groundhog Day on this one.
That's a clean sweep.
We don't get those that often. And
Groundhog Day.
And it's not that Clueless is so bad, because I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's a great movie. It's just one of those things where you got caught up with this with a, you know, a first seed comedy, you know.
You're going against Bill Murray, and as I was thinking, it's going to be really interesting if we have to go Bill Murray versus Bill Murray, like the world might end. I
hope it doesn't get down to that, because that sucks. But it is what it is, man. Random select. We didn't choose these. The Nerdiverse chose these.
Hashtag hard cuts.
Hashtag hard cuts, guys.
So what is our next two?
Yes, a very good question, my dear sir. So since Groundhog Day takes the cake on that, we have one final round for these preliminary draft rounds. And our final round is going to be Some Like It Hot, starring the incomparable Marilyn Monroe and Mel Brooks' own Young Frankenstein.
Putting on the Ritz.
Putting on the Ritz.
That's gonna be epic. Gonna have myself a classic double feature night.
I don't know what to expect, man. I've honestly never
martinis kicked back. Yeah,
I'm not familiar with any of these movies, dudes. I really don't know where this is gonna go.
You're in for a delightful treat.
Mel Brooks, Marilyn Monroe. You were talking about classic
Hollywood royalty.
Seriously, man. And they're going, and look at it. We have, I don't remember what's the first film?
Some Like It Hot.
No, so far we've got
Austin Powers. We did Ghostbusters.
Who's the winners?
The winners are Ghostbusters and Office Space, and now Groundhog Day.
Dude, you look at the royalty that's like about to start happening here, and things are gonna hashtag hard cuts get rough.
It's gonna get ugly real fast, guys.
Real quick.
So Groundhog Day is gonna go against the winner of this next random select. And with that, we're gonna be doing a poll on the channel, so you can let us know if we picked the right movie. Is Groundhog Day the funnier movie? Is it Clueless? You're gonna vote, and we're gonna find out.
Who won the last poll?
A very good question. Actually, the last poll was won by Beverly Hills Cop by like 75% of the vote.
Beverly Hills Cop
beat out Office Space, man.
Wow.
No memes, Doug.
Wow.
I guess I was surprised.
Look, has the Nerdiverse voted against this before?
Couple of times.
Okay.
Their
Once-
Okay.
couple of
insolence will
times.
not go unpunished.
Unpunished.
Yeah.
Dude, I was surprised. I thought Office Space it's the newer movie. You know what I'm saying? It has more of a following than, but
Almost every week you hear someone reference, oh, you should see Office Space or Office Space. I'm talking in the last 20 years, the first time I've heard Beverly Hills Cop is, oh, we might make another movie and this podcast.
right?
So,
Dude, it's
that's
kinda
crazy.
nerdy. Beverly Hills Cop has 73% of the votes.
I'm
Office
sorry,
Space, 27.
Nerdiverse.
Hey, this is
They're
why we do the
wrong.
polls, man.
This is why they aren't leaders in the Nerdiverse.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, you leave them alone.
Yeah,
They're collective.
they are not masters of the Nerdiverse, and that brings us back to Stacey Dash and some of her comments that she has said.
Wow. Stacey Dash is not making it to the next round.
Okay.
No.
Jeez. Speaking of shout outs and call outs, where can we find you, winner?
You can find me on all your favorite social media apps, not including TikTok, at Trash Monk, the third Trash Monk III, and I think that's it.
Where can we find you, Brian?
You can find me over at Wash's Shop and Brian J. Wash on Twitter.
Buy stuff from him, dude.
Have a good one.
Dude.
Could you tell the audience what kind of goods?
All things random. All things random, a lot of media, but you know what? If you're looking for a book on, spam, I got that too. So whatever it is that you're looking for.
Ham, spam, potatoes, tomatoes.
Wham, bam.
And if you want more of this
Jitterbug.
content, it's collard greens. And pumpkin
MOTN
beans.
food, bro.
You know what that means? I need to step up my culinary game. If you want to help us cook, we can cook something up on Twitter, and that's at MNerdiverse, where you can participate in the polls, talk to us, ask us questions, retweet our stuff, and help this channel grow. If you also want to support us monetarily, you can do so via our Patreon, which is patreon.com/MOTN. And you can always support us non-monetarily by liking our content, by subscribing to our channels, and by commenting on our posts, because feedback matters. We need to know how we doing. We need to know how we doing, baby. Apparently, Brian's going to be hooking it up in the kitchen tonight, so I'm going to have to figure out how to quarantinely safely get myself down.
Yeah, bro. I got some chicken in the oven now with a little coconut oil, some scallions.
Just leave
rice, man. Got a little red wine here. Yeah, man. We're just quarantined in, having a good night.
Leave like a piece of chicken or like a pie on a windowsill and have like Mike come up and grab it.
Dude, we can legit do like a no contact delivery, dog. Just leave one on your porch. I'll let you know when I'm out front. We don't have to touch hands 6 feet.
Venmo me. Venmo me
Mike
the
has
chicken,
had
bro.
the ribs, bro. Mike has had the ribs.
That's why I still stick around like a stray cat, dog.
See what I mean?
Floating
How do you
around,
think I
man.
got my spot here? Random select. Let's go.
Random
I've had,
select. Let's go.
I do like some ribs. I've had some Amish ribs before in my time.
What is the
I'll
difference
make you
between an
some
Amish
ribs, man.
rib and a regular rib?
A bunch of people with beards serve it to me, and
Okay, so like the difference between like a Hooters burger and a regular burger?
I've never been to Hooters, but you can tell me.
I'm sure you have. We're taking you there for your 30th birthday.
No, that's not for a long ways. Unlike for you.
Wow.
I was gonna say something gnarly. You're lucky. You have a friend.
Different podcast. MOTN nighttime. What is that?
MOTN After Dark. That's an After Dark.
After
we gotta
dark.
talk
There you
about.
go. Yeah, no, bro. Good
No,
one.
Yeah, man.
I was gonna say we're gonna cruise up there. We're gonna cruise up with Winter. We're gonna do a little live thing once this is all over, and just
Winter.
Just sit out and we'll head out to the.
Me and Brian one day are just gonna
Food.
gas up the car. We're gonna head up there. We're gonna get you messed up, bro. Just so. Whatever you
I
think
want to
that
come
means.
see a sermon. Actually, you know what
There
I
you go.
want to do a little sermon, a little dinner.
But that's Sunday night. We're talking about that's Sunday morning. We're talking about Saturday night, bro.
Oh yeah, Saturday night. Yeah, we're gonna go.
We're gonna get you jacked up, dog.
Yes, I will. You can quote me on this, that if they are ever in the area that I live in, we are definitely going and hitting the Mariposa hotspot. Oh, the town hotspots.
I'm not cutting it out. I'm not cutting it Nobody caught that. It's just the internet.
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys for joining me on this round 3, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, man.
No problem, man.
Of course, and as the cosmic ballet goes on. I've, of course, been your host, Mike G. And if this is your first time listening to this episode, I want to say hello and welcome you to the Nerdiverse. See us back next time on MOTN Random Select. #HardCuts.
#HardCuts.
#HardCuts.